Well, I hope it's working. Maybe you guys can tell me if it's working or not, because I'm going solo this week. Rachel is recovering well from surgery, but it was still surgery. So we've got a cool little tripod and the mic, and she's actually up on the porch trying to recover from that surgery. I think she's doing well. She may not like it, but I think she's doing well. So what we're looking for today is really the same thing as always. We're looking to see if the bees are taking over the top box, which I think we added the top box last time. So it's unlikely that they have already taken over this space. I think I grabbed the thing a little early. But let's I think I lit my smoker a lot better this time. All right, now let's see what the bees are doing. We have bees. That's half the battle, right? Do we have bees in here? We sure do. And come on, little one. We can see, hopefully you guys can see, they're drawing out this comb right here, so we can see this is actually not ideal, this gap here. So I need to try to squish these together before we go, and it might be a little late for that. And they haven't eaten a whole lot of this pollen patty here. The liquid definitely looks like it's out. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to shake that out, make sure there's no bees in it, and I'm going to fill it again. The other thing that I would really like to do is I want to mark the queen. So we've got markers, special paint markers for it, so that we can do that. And then, yeah, then we'll be able to spot our queen a little more easily. They are actually doing really great. I don't think we're quite ready to take over or to add a box yet, but I definitely think we're getting there. So like this one, I don't feel anything on there. Let me grab, well, it's the grabber, and this is just because fingers are kind of difficult. So just a couple bees. So yeah, they're not doing anything on this outside box for now, so I'm gonna set that one off to the side. And that'll give me some working space here. Oh, you know what? I left the bee marking thing over there. All right, so I'm going to flip this again. Put you guys over here. And I'll just kind of narrate and tell you what I see and what I don't see. First, we're just going to spread these apart a little bit without killing any bees. So these two boxes that we have on here right now, these are deep boxes or brood boxes. And they are specifically for the bees to go ahead and lay more eggs. I definitely lit my smoker way better this week. I had been using some cardboard and burlap. And I saw somebody post something that said, use pine shavings. So I went and got a big thing of it from a certain giant retailer that is all over the place, and it was like $7 for a huge container of it. And so now we've got lots and lots of pine shavings, and there's just a lot more smoke to it. So this is good. The bees actually sound very calm today. They are not doing too much on these first two frames. I don't see my queen bee yet. This next one I'm excited for, so I'm probably going to bring you guys back nice and close to check this one out. Here we go. I'm going to flip the camera. Quick view of the house. Oh my gosh, and I'm pretty sure that's my queen. I got to look at her a little bit better. Right in here. Oh man. Okay, maybe not. But what we see here behind the bees, this, I can't point and hold it at the same time. We can actually see pupa in here. And then the stuff that's covered, those are closed cells full of more bees, which is exactly what we want. And I thought, actually, that might be my queen right there. And it looks like she's actually laying an egg right now. I'm going to wait until she steps away. I don't know if you guys saw that. But this little bee right here, she's got a kind of a long abdomen. And she's kind of stuck it down low. She's not terribly that much larger. So I don't know. No, I don't think that's my queen. This one, however, could very well be my queen. Yeah, she could be. But she doesn't quite, if that's my queen, she doesn't quite look like it. She is a contender for my queen. Right in here. Oh, hello. I don't know if you guys can see that bee crawling on me. All right, back you go. Okay. But lots of eggs here. Oops. Whoa, almost dropped that one. The other side also filled with eggs. So I definitely have a queen. She's definitely been up here. So I can't tell for sure. I'm not going to say, yes, that's my queen. But I think it was. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to mark a not queen. Because then it's just going to get confusing if I was wrong. And it's okay to be wrong. But you definitely don't want to mark the wrong bee as your queen, right? All right, let's see. I don't think that one's going to work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put you guys back over here at a funny angle. And I'm going to check the next one. And actually, before I do, I'm going to go ahead and grab the queen marking stuff. Just in case I spot one. And I know we saw Rachel's last time. There's a dead bird over here. Huh. Bright yellow belly. That's, I mean, it's sad, of course. Also quite odd that there's just a bird. Yeah, I hope Rachel's watching, because lighting the smoker that way with the pine shavings, way better. Take note, that guy from that random reel on YouTube, phenomenal advice. Okay, so what do I see on this one? I see lots of bees. I see more brood here in the middle. The brood, when it's capped, it maintains that really good hexagon honeycomb pattern. And so that's how we know that's brood. Honey is kind of flat, and it looks more like wrinkly leather, I would guess, was the best way to put it. I'm pretty sure I see some more drones, but remember, we had a bunch of drone in here, eggs, way long ago. And see, okay, so what I see here, definitely drone, looks a lot like what I thought was my queen in that other frame. So I'm pretty sure I did not spot my queen. Oh my goodness, but this one is very full. So if I was a queen bee, would I be here? Probably not, because she's been here and gone. She has really filled this up, and they're just doing fantastic. This is really cool to see. Okay, put this back how we got it. Okay, and we're gonna go to this next one. All right, now there's one more before I hit the edge. And so they're gonna, wow, well that was cool. Ugh. All right, hopefully it's still working. But we just got a little bit of a wind gust there. We're gonna try that. How's that look? Okay, now it's a little more sheltered. I don't remember what I was saying about this one. It's got a lot of pupa in it. Nothing capped on this outside. See that? Here's another bee that almost looks like she's laying. She's got her butt dipped down inside. But she doesn't look, she's not the right size. She's not near as big as what we saw last week with Rachel's queen. So I don't think that's her. Okay. Checking the other side. Ooh, sorry, bees. Anything that screams queen bee here? No, and it doesn't look like they've done too much to this particular frame, which is expected. It's on the outside, so they won't do a whole lot with the outside frames because that's where it gets the coldest. Actually, yeah, I think this is mostly nectar. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and set this one back in. And then we've got one last frame, and it is practically empty. The outside is very, very empty. The inside of that frame, it looks like they're just kind of cleaning it up, not doing a whole lot to it. And no queen here either that I can see. However, I think I'm short. Oh, I am short of frame. I took it to set it down over there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to shake out this feeder. Okay, it's already empty. Set that back. We're going to set this other frame in here. It's got nothing on it. This is what a brand new frame looks like with one bee on it. It's just a plastic thing. It's got the honeycomb pattern on it already, and then that prompts the bees to go ahead and just start building on it. But it's pretty empty. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open up my lower box now, which means I have to try to get the upper box off. Ugh. Yep, and this is the heavy one. And we'll come in and we'll take a quick peek here. Swap. So this is going to be the brood chamber, one of them at least. This is where most of the hive, the colony, is living right now. And they're just doing bee things. I think what I want to do is they're not doing anything on this side. They're doing a little bit over here. So what I want to do is I'm going to scoot all of these over by one position. Okay, so I'm going to set you guys here. Yep. Okay, I'm going to take my tool. Can you guys even see the bees? How cool would this be if you could see the bees from where you're at? There we go. How's that? A little bit of smoke. And they freak out and they'll all go down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the tool and I'm going to just enough to move them and break them out of their current positions. They're getting a little jammed over here. They've built a lot of comb right on that one specifically. So I'm going to turn it around and we'll use the J shape here of the J hook to pry it up, and we'll just let it fall back down. There we go. And now these ones are separated. All right, so I'm going to pull out this one on the edge. I'm going to try to pull this one out on the edge, and it's just completely empty. They haven't touched it yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot those empty frames, like this one is also empty, untouched. I'm going to pull those on the very outside. This one, it looks like they're building up some comb. Hopefully you can see that. Yep, they're just doing a little bit of work there. So I'm going to scoot it out by one. And we're just going to go through and we're going to take a peek. This is another one. It looks like they're repairing. This one I got from the other gentleman here in Shepherd. Overall it had pretty good stuff on it, but it was old. Okay, this one they're definitely building on. I'm not sure why I have one of these unused ones in the middle. I wonder if I did that on purpose. I can't remember. Okay. Now we're getting to a tricky spot because right in here, it's hard to get a good grab because there are a bunch of bees. Okay. That is a giant drone. That is right here. I'm going to take this little piece because that was what they're going to try to build a new queen in. But we know we have a good queen in here somewhere, even if we haven't seen her. Okay. This side is all full of good capped eggs. This side actually is not very well covered yet. It's got some, but not a lot. I've got one or two bees kind of floating around my head. I think I irritated that one. Not a whole lot of eggs on this particular frame on the side closest to you guys, but on the side closer to me, they've done really well. Okay, I got to keep pushing these towards you so that when I get to the end, I have room to do what I need to do. Okay. This is a very, very full frame, at least on this side. Lots of bees on it. Some capped brood, some uncapped brood. I gotta ask somebody if should I be seeing so many drones in here. Big eyes, I think, are the big key. If you can see the bee's eyes are really big, then it's not your queen. Yeah. Oh, I see a couple bees here with pollen pillows on their knees. Their back knees, that's where they bring in the pollen. It's pretty cool to see. All right, this one is just full. You guys have been looking at that one for the last minute or two. And there's just so much. And they've put comb down on the bottom as well. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to set... I don't want to destroy all that comb. I do want to collect the comb because I would like to make something with the honey. But I don't want to... I think what we'll do... So we'll kind of wait to do that until we harvest the honey. I was watching a video today, and it sounds like every couple years, maybe 3 to 5, you've got to take out the old comb and let them rebuild it. But I've got a mix of old comb that I can't really tell you how old it is. And then new comb that they still have to draw out. How are you guys being able to see this? I hope that's working okay. Nothing says queen on this one. Lots of capped eggs, so these will all hatch. I believe it takes about 2 weeks for bees to hatch. We've got a lot more honey, or not honey, oops, wax on these ones. And they're not doing anything with it, so I'm gonna pull that off and save that for later. No queen. Interesting. Okay. All right, so we've got 2 more frames, and both of them are very close to the edge, so I'm not too worried about what I'm going to see on them. Realistically, we won't see a whole lot. So I'm going to pull them out. Yep, empty. Not as empty. We've got another little cell here. Hopefully you guys can see it, but this one right here, they're kind of bringing it over like the edge of a cliff. And then there's a little cup in the bottom, so that would be like a queen cup where they grow a new queen. I don't particularly want them to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just steal it and set it down. And bummer for them, right? Okay, one last one. This is one of the old frames we got from Michael here in town. Oh, they just kind of quiet down, quiet down. Okay. Yeah. All right, nothing going on there. So, no queen for me this time around again. So we're just going to squish these all together. Yeah, like that. Put this extra, well, it's not really an extra frame, it's the missing frame. There we go. Go ahead and scrape that wax off. And we'll get the big box back up here. Or the other box. Oh my goodness. So you don't use the big box for honey because you've got to pull that off and then go collect the honey. And that would just be too heavy. Oh, guess I should tighten that down all the way. Okay, so I've got our sugar water here. And we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to fill this up. I got up early this morning and made this when Rachel and the kids were still in bed. Of course, I could have made this 20 minutes ago and the kids would have still been in bed. Rachel was out of bed. Don't worry, you guys. She is doing, I think, very well. Tomorrow is day 5 post-surgery. And so that will be a big day for her. We'll get to take her ace bandage off, which I'm pretty sure she is excited for. We're going to go put the pollen patty back in here. Now, pollen patty is primarily to help them lay more eggs, which they are doing really well. They're not eating a whole lot of it. That's why we only put a half of one in last time. And then the sugar water helps them draw out coma and stuff like that. And this, there's a little bee like right in my face. Come on, get out of here. Okay, so look, I have a nail coming out. Oops. Now I don't. Okay, there's one hive. Did I just find my queen here? Take a look at this one with me, you guys. She might have been up there. This is a kind of big bee. And she's walking rather than taking off. So what I'm going to do, again, I can't really tell. So I'm going to try to pick her up with the little queen catcher. That way I don't squish her with my big, clumsy fingers. If that's a her. I'm not 100% sure. And then I'm just going to put her down at the base or at the entrance to the hive. And we got another gust of wind coming, so I'm going to bring this with me. All right. Yep, okay. So let's do that. And we're just going to let her go right here. Yep, walk right in there. There you go. Odds are it's a girl bee, because if you didn't know this, the only male bees are actually the drones. So when we say girl bee, it's referring to 99.9% of the bees realistically. So, whatever. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to try to open up Rachel's. Now, can we see Rachel's hive? I think I see it on my screen there. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We've got the smoker. We're going to go ahead and crack the lid. Ugh. Only a couple, like 3 bees up there, which I guess is probably what we want. Oh, Rachel, your bees sound a little angrier than mine did today. Okay. What do we see in here? Oh, they have demolished their half of the pollen patty. So just like with my hive, we put half a pollen patty in there.